Boom, boom, boom. 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 Wow, these chickens jacking my style, trying to cop my swagger. I'm on that next shit now. You so 2008, I'm so 3008. You got that boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Sharrell's going boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Sharrell's going boom, boom, boom. Boom. I suck, Busy. I suck at singing. I suck. Don't talk to me like that, Busy. Just start the show. I'm a horrible singer. Just start the show. Tonight, basically on a different channel right now, we are being, let's say, how do you put it? People are putting me down for my skin color on another channel, and I wish I was joking, but it's just the way it is. The size of my body and my skin color, I don't know why, but though I'm just going to show you what happened because it's dumb. This is fake as all get out, just like everything else going on with this. And I would assume it has to do with attention and clickbaiting. And I think you get me. Hey, you and I, thank you. Leroy, thank you. So please understand, I'm not dumb. I know exactly why this is happening. That live show is sickening. I hope somebody recorded it for evidence for you. Katie, disgusting. Well, I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad. So there's a lot of theories at why this is happening. I'm sure that most of you don't even know what's happening. So now it's my job to show you the shit show that ensued today. If you'll give me a like, a share, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It'd help out. The shit show that ensued today, which in my opinion is all fake drama, probably to try to, I don't know. I guess like bait people to take the bait of the drama. So let's get it pumping. So, me and my fat mouth are now going to show you what Sharrell said today on her show. This was on YouTube, okay? This was on YouTube. This was not done on Instagram or anywhere else. Out of nowhere, while I'm making a response video, an edited video, to Sharrell's live stream from yesterday, and we're going to get into how she purposely did not bring up the restraining order yesterday to try not to make her friend look bad, a member of her party, her team, a member of the Sharrell team. You know, I'm not going to try to say his name. Every time I say his name, I give him attention and all that. So this is what happened.
You on mute.
Yeah, I was on the phone. You've got a problem.
See, now that buzz came back now that she's back off mute.
You've got a problem.
Okay.
Katie Joy just called you a racial slur.
Well, we do have a problem. Katie Joy did not call Perry a racial slur. She didn't. But that's pretty obvious. And there's not a lot of people buying into this. Well, there are people that are pretending to buy into this, about 3 different accounts, and I'll show you those accounts in a minute, because those accounts on Twitter, they just happen to be brand new accounts that have only done 2 or 4 tweets. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going on, but I'll let you make up your mind as we go.
Oh, we gonna talk
what?
We're gonna dog her ass tonight. Yeah, we're gonna dog her ass.
Now, I find it interesting that he says they're going to dog her tonight because of this. So, essentially, what do I think is happening here? I think they are lying. knowingly, willingly lying to make an excuse to dog Katie. If they want to insult Katie, they said that last night. They said that they want to, put her down, insult her, and tear her apart because they're angry, obviously. With the restraining order, it proves that not only was Katie right all along, but it proves that at least judges and the law agrees that everybody who tried to warn Sharrell wasn't the trolls. And in reality, maybe the people who were trying to convince her of these things were the trolls. But that's exactly what I told you and Perry, Sharrell, when I tweeted at you. Let me just bring that up. I think it's a very important part of the story. I don't know if people know this, but I tweeted at Sharrell when Sharrell first scheduled this series. And, I can't bring it up, actually. I got to do this. I tried to let her know with direct evidence that she was being lied to, and she blocked me. She blocked me for tweeting her the evidence.
Okay, hey, you ain't gonna tell me, my brother.
What the hell?
What?
She just called Terry a racial slur on Instagram.
So now we have a claim. It's time to start handling this for what it is. It's not YouTube drama anymore. It's literally a claim. Somebody is alleging that somebody else did something that, if true, could end their YouTube career. So we have to handle this seriously in the court of YouTube law. So how do we do this? One side makes a claim. The other side could have said it or could not have. This, I have a tweet that in my opinion, sums this entire thing up. And where are you? You're right here. Shut up, cat. my cat just went. I should have pretended it was busy. Stop it, busy. How do you know that she said it? Sharrell better have some visual or audio because we need to know who's telling the truth. And no screen grabs that can be easily faked. This is it now. Either proof and KJ is done. I agree. Give me proof that you're telling the truth, not just this lie you've been spouting. Because why am I calling it a lie? Because Katie was streaming in front of 700 people, including the trolls. Remember the clip I played for you a week or two ago on the Rock-A-Lot of the administrator of the troll group, the old administrator, Tina Alcuccio, stating that she recorded everything Katie has done, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, every post, every tweet. They record everything she does so that they can use it against her, and we know this. The evidence hasn't come out. It would have immediately come out all over the internet if Katie would have done this. And the people who watched the Instagram are defending Katie, saying that did not happen. Why? Because it didn't happen. You get me? So I agree. Here's Sharrell. The internet is going to be fair to you and Perry, Sharrell. We're going to be fair with you. And I think it's the most logical thing to do. Here's the deal. Here's how this works. If Katie did that, she's done. She's just done if Katie did that. That's what you want. You want her to be done. You want her to be exposed. Okay, if Katie did that, then she's done. But if you lied and made this up purposely to try to not only wield that at Katie, but to take all of the issues in our society and trivialize them and show how much you don't take those issues seriously by weaponizing that issue as a lie against somebody who you're fighting with online, then you get done. So we can do it that way, right? Two people on the internet have their reputations on the line. If Katie said what Sharrell says she said, her reputation is done and gone. And though, to be fair, and I don't think Sharrell will have a problem with this because she didn't just say this on her YouTube channel. She said it on Twitter many times, lots of space in between each time she talked about it, an hour, I believe, or two. And then she went live on Perry's channel and doubled, tripled, quadrupled down. But there's an issue, and we'll get to that in a minute, because Sharrell called somebody a slur. Now, so here's the issue now, Sharrell. We've got you wanting to cancel Katie and her to be done because you say that she used a slur. But then Sharrell went live on Perry's channel, and Sharrell used a slur. She called a white person white trash, which is a slur based on skin color, right? So, I don't know. I mean, we'll have to just think about that later. Though, let's just stick with this first part. Fair, balanced. If Katie said it, thank you for joining. If Katie said it, Katie's canceled. Katie's does not get support. I will call Katie out. I will call Katie out. I will prove to the audience in the same way I will prove what Sharrell did, that Katie said it, and I'll call her out. But if Sharrell's lying and she didn't say that on Instagram, then Sharrell gets canceled. So there's our, deal. There's our thing. Now, I didn't want Sharrell or Katie to be canceled. Sharrell's the one that's wanting Katie to be canceled. So, it's only fair that if she wields cancel culture as a weapon, that if Sharrell does something as bad, that she also, has that happen. Okay, you got it. Now, the other part of this is, it's just as bad to try to frame somebody with a fake accusation about this as it is to say it. So we're all on even playing field. We have an even ground. All right. So, proof and KJ is done, says this person, or no proof, and Sharrell's World is. Sharrell just ended a career, but is it hers or is it KJ's? Very fair. Very balanced. So what happened? Who's lying? Who's telling the truth? Let's find out. So after Sharrell made the statement over and over and over live on YouTube that Katie Joy said this, okay, she then says, wow, now Katie Joy resulted to the N-word. She called Perry the N-word and ghetto. Well, she didn't do either, but okay, so sad. And then she says racism is never okay. True, it's not. And it doesn't matter who's doing it. You don't hate people or put people down because of their skin color. It doesn't matter who is doing it to who. Yes. Katie Joy is sad. Well, someone is. Whoever's lying. I think we can kind of like break that down to whoever is lying in this situation is sad. We'll go with that. Okay. But then just about an hour later, hour and a half later, Katie Joy. Now, okay, wait, let's stop here. So then you've got what happened, okay? You've got what happened up to there. She said this on YouTube, on her live stream. Then she did these tweets. But this happened at the end of the clip.
Because you're black. She's pulling the race card. That's a low.
We might need to reset the live, Cheryl. You got a buzzing noise going on. It's bad.
Resetting a live stream isn't going to fix a buzzing noise, though.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to go out and I'm going to reset this thing, and then you guys come back in because I need to for her. She's here now. Oh my.
Her interview showed up. It just seems like such an act to me. Wouldn't you say, I'm going offline, I'm going to go grab the clip of KJ saying this because I've been promising the internet actual evidence against Katie for a month now, months. I'm going to go get the clip, right? I'm going to rush back to my channel, and I'm going to show everybody that I was right all along. Katie did this today. No, she does an interview. She does a literal interview instead. And then, though, after the interview, she goes to Perry's channel, where they are there right now, throwing insults at me. Okay, Boomer. Throwing insults at me and insulting Katie. Literally lying through their teeth, not showing any evidence. They're taking anything that was said in the troll group. It's almost like Sharrell's been a member of that troll group the whole time. They're taking anything that was said in the troll group and they are blasting it as if it's fact with no evidence, which would be, ironically, creating a fake story if it's not true and if it's no facts to back it up, right? Okay. Anyway. So let's take a look at what happened. What's going on? Let's make up our minds. Let's see what the truth really is in this story, in this dumb drama. Then I'll tell you what really happened to cause this, to make it happen, and we'll head over to the after show because this story is stupid. that little loud cat out of here. It was just wouldn't shut up. I love that cat though. So here we are. The Katie Joy story has morphed into another round just of people not having any evidence, but also doubling down that they're right without evidence, and that even with evidence to the contrary, to debunk their claims, UNIRock and everyone that supports Katie sucks. It seems pretty cut and dry here. Though, I want to show you some stuff that I think really explains what's going on. Like, if we go to Sharrell's Twitter, you know, we do have a group on Facebook whose entire existence is just to make up stuff about Katie and spread it around as if it's true, or as if it's real, and try to make her look bad. That's what you call a troll group, right? So let's pick a tweet. Let's go with, oh, she's got a new one. Deleting it is not going to save you this time. I will have Google pulled those records. Google doesn't pull Instagram records. That would be Facebook or Amazon. I don't even know. Does Amazon own, who owns Insta? Who owns Insta? Right? It definitely is not Google. Anyway, I don't know what the hell that means. So either way, I suppose that's her like responding to Katie. It just seems it's so petty. This is all so petty. I got to shrink myself. I am way too close to the screen here. I don't feel comfortable here, so it's like... Oh, shit. Okay, let's try to do this now. Don't you love live streams? Okay. Oh, shrink myself a tiny bit. Pull me over. All right, here we go. Sorry. I got to take care of the kids when they need me here. Deleting isn't going to save you this time. I'll have Google pulled those records. Well, let's start here. Okay, never mind. Even more. All right, we got a whole bunch more. It seems like she just went kind of tweet crazy. Let's go to the first one. There we go. Okay. Now, Katie Joy resulting to the N-word. She called Perry the N-word and ghetto. So sad. No, she didn't. But what I want to show is that they're using this as an excuse to spread lies from the troll group. So they're trying to bring me into this as if I have something to do if Katie would even do that, which she didn't. So listen, I don't think Sharrell would make this up. So we wait until 5 p.m. PST. I mean, if it's not overtly obvious to everybody what's going on. I'm a self-pleaser in the basement, Cherie. Yep, that's true. Oh, we got a lot. We got a lot for you. She just changed her story, Uni. She said Katie called Geo the N-word and get... Okay. Well, yeah, because she's been saying Perry the whole time. So, yeah, Katie didn't say it, though. Katie was on Insta. We know there were like... Katie had Was it 7 or 1,200? Does somebody know? Because there was a lot of people watching Katie. Now, as you see, if we go back, you got a lot of people trying to spread narratives, basically trying to connect all of this together to me and Katie. Gee, I wonder who would want to do that. I wonder who's behind this whole thing. Also, I don't think Sharrell would make that up, so we wait till 5. Where? Now you get the actual people who are, okay, here we go. This is 2 hours ago, so this is the old stuff. People wanted to know where and when this happened. You need to share where it happened. Wow, she's gross. Now, if you look at the accounts, I'm literally saying go to Twitter and click on Sharrell's tweets and click these accounts, because you're going to find some really funky things about the people who just believe it blindly. Like Melrose says, what? Got to make yourself look neutral, right, Melrose? Got to make yourself look like a normal tweeter. Like you're not a sock account, right? Now, if you go down here, you see Melrose saying, I believe it 100%. Next to, she's racist. Come on, you couldn't tell before? Dive into her belief system. Now, you know all these accounts are from the troll group if you've watched any of my content up to now. You need some evidence. Well, Melrose here just created her account in January of 2019 and has only tweeted a couple times. But when Melrose does tweet, it is to lay things like this out on the internet to make people believe something with no evidence. That's right, you get a couple of people pretending on sock. Really, there's not that many socks in this story, though. So what you're looking at is maybe 1, 2, or 3 people running sock accounts. Used to be 5, 10, or 15 people did it. Now it's 1, 2, or 3. But then you still get some of the people who are actually open-minded. When? Where? Show us the evidence. Because if Katie said it, of course, you're going to have it recorded. Everybody records their Instas. Then you get another Katie attacking troll channel on Twitter saying, you know where, Stina. So everybody from the troll group, they don't have evidence. They don't have, yes, this account is in the troll group on Facebook. They don't have evidence. They can't prove it, but they're saying that she did it. Then where? Because that's a pretty hefty accusation. Exactly. How can you say something like this with no proof? It's something pretty serious for her to put out there. Yeah. I want to see the receipts. Yes. She never said that. What you're trying to incite is hate. I'm waiting for you to be served VAWA. You lie and your feet stink. I don't know what that means, but please back this. She doesn't wear socks. I'm sure she wears socks. Come on. Please back this up, Sharrell, because as much as I'm on the Katie, I guess they don't like Katie. It's kind of a crappy. Oh, Katie is kind of crappy train. Got it. Okay, koala. Another semi-troll. We'll just say semi. We can't be making ourselves look not credible. You guys, that whole train went off the tracks for you guys a very long time ago. What's really going on? Disgusting excuse for a human being. The N-word is never okay. Well, who are you, Chloe? Okay, we've got another person that just blindly believes it and wants to have Katie look horrible because of it. So let's take a look. Who's this person? Chloe. I'm here just watching the madness. So you're not a new account. You're a person. You're not just some old silvery fish type person, like a dude in his, with the silver fish hair and jumping on Katie constantly on a sock account. Oh no, you're real. There has to be one of you that just believe this off the bat and are already using it to attack Katie, who's a person, like has opinions, tweets things, follows things, right? Nope. Brand new account, only tweeted 4 times, joined a couple months ago in April of 2020. So my point is pretty obvious. Either Sharrell is lying purposely through her teeth, and then the troll group jumped right in to try to make Katie look bad with this accusation, or Sharrell was baited. Sharrell was sent a message, I guess, from someone she trusted. Like, who does she talk to that she trusts, that she just yesterday said that she trusts, that would do this, that would try to frame Katie up for something like, well, I only really know one person who still tries to frame Katie for things up to now, and it was a guy that tried to frame her with fake email saying she struck somebody and fake screenshots. But this kind of is on that same level. Another fake accusation, something that's not real, but if you use your troll group just right, you might get a couple actual real people believing it, right? So we now have ruled out the people who are believing it completely. You go to real people that tweet, that give their opinion, that follow things, and YouTubers and stuff. They're all saying, where is this? Show us. Where is this at? The only accounts that have been buying it all have 3 or 4 tweets and were just created, and the drama. Then you've got Sandra coming in. Katie didn't say it. This is the woman who said it. She's a UNIRock supporter. Well, you're leaving out the plethora of other channels that this person would be following. So what does it matter if she watches my show? And she doesn't donate to me. She's only been watching my show for a couple weeks or something that I know of. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's a little weird that somebody would pop in here saying now bringing me into it again. It kind of seems like I might have made Sharrell mad last night, and now she's trying to do something to take shots at me and Katie at the same time. But who knows? Maybe it's this account doing it. The problem is if you click this screenshot, you can't see who it is. You can't see who it is if you click the screenshot. She is not speaking on UNIRock's behalf. My autocorrect is not in English. Oh, thank you. You could have just changed it or deleted it and redid it. That's not even someone who calls Katie a friend. They called a truce, but aren't fans of each other. How can you use her words against Katie? Well, that's what Sharrell seems to be doing. But the problem is even that person didn't say the N-word. There's this crazy thing going around right now, and I don't know why it is, saying that somebody named Chris is the one who did this to Sharrell. Therefore, Sharrell got confused and accused Katie. But that's not true either, because 1, they didn't use the N-word, and 2, Sharrell already knows that. Sharrell knows what Chris said and is still saying that Katie said it. So Chris has nothing to do with this. Chris is someone who went on a rant and said some messed up stuff that I will criticize for her, going there. I'm doing it right now, but she's not part of my channel just because she watches my show. That means every one of you hate members are a supporter and a part of my show because you all watch. You literally go to the hate group on Facebook, type about my stream while it's running. So you support me now. Thanks for the support, Facebook hate group. Love it. But this is just one of the tweets. I haven't even looked at the other tweets. I do know this, though. Sharrell and Perry are on... Well, they might not still be, but they went on Perry's channel. Sharrell started using slurs herself for some reason. It's like, if you want to make... Okay, so you want Katie to be canceled for using slurs when she didn't use a slur and you're just lying to people saying she did. So do you want yourself to be canceled for doing it, Sharrell? Probably not, right? How about we don't cancel anybody and we just show people what's really going on and people stop lying about each other? People stop insulting each other constantly, right? Some people take memeing as insults, like me saying, okay, boomer. Well, a boomer is somebody that doesn't get memes and someone that doesn't get the internet. So I think it's pretty obvious that when Sharrell and Perry go live and go into a rage, calling me and Katie all these names and putting us down for all these different things, it shows, 1, that they have known who we are this whole time, that they have been watching my show, that they lied to you guys saying, I don't even know who that UNIRock guy is. Who cares? He's just nothing. He's irrelevant, right? But it also shows that they're very, very much the thing they're trying to say Katie are. They are the ones doing these things. And I can only guess at why it's happening, but I could actually show you why. I could just do it now. I'll just wait a second. Hey, Big Sky, thanks. Watch out. Now that you're a member of my channel, everything you say and do might reflect on, like, it might be just as if I'm saying and doing it now. No, that's just what, like, I don't know, 5-year-olds think. But I will say this to Sharrell and Perry or anyone else on their stream that felt the need to insult me and put me down and attack me over them being triggered, right? Very, very triggered because last night I exposed them for something massive on the Rock-A-Lot channel. I exposed them for bias in this story. I exposed their agenda in this story last night on the Rock-A-Lot channel, and I did it with a sentence. So to their insults, I'll give a response, but then I'm going to show you how Sharrell is busted for what she's doing to Katie. And before I get there, the only thing I'll say to them for their insults, okay, Boomer, now let's go. Let me show you what Sharrell did. Let me show you what Sharrell did. It's kind of crazy, y'all. I barely stream on UNIRock 2 anymore. You know? And I've got a channel with like 200,000 subs just like coming at me. I thought it was this insignificant YouTuber. They probably realized I had a main channel. Unicorn, you ain't fat, lol. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I'm just exposing them for their body sizeism. You know what I'm saying? They're getting exposed as being body size-ists. Just want to make sure that people know that truthfully they are body size-ists. I just want to make sure you get that. Now, of course, that was me being intelligent and witty. Sharrell, I'll break it down for you. You acting like Katie deserves to be exposed and all this stuff for saying that word, right? Which she would if she did it, but she didn't. You're lying. Though, is hypocritical then for you and Perry to go sit on his little channel off of your big channel and show your true selves and sit and insult people over their bodies, right? I mean, what is somebody who may be overweight compared? Oh, we just got it. I have to look that up. So give me a minute. I will not forget. Thank you for the donation. It helps so much. But give me 1 second. You trying to insult somebody over their body size and things like this, and then talking about Katie insulting her for what you insulted her for. There are things about people's bodies that they can't help. That, you know, it makes you look hypocritical, right? It doesn't make you look like the good person in the situation, like you're trying to make yourself out to be. You get me? Though, last night, Sharrell decided she would attack Katie while celebrating 200,000 subs. And the real reason that her and Perry are coming at me right now exposes their entire agenda. So last night on the Rock-A-Lot channel, I went live and reacted to portions, small cuts of Sharrell's live stream about Katie and the Steve update. The Katie Steve update, celebrating 200,000 subs, all these things, right? And my main point was a big one. It was big enough to incite this boom fit from Sharrell's World cast and crew. I told everybody that Sharrell purposely knew about the restraining order against McCrae, but didn't bring it up. And somebody in my chat donated $2 to tell me that there was a point where Sharrell was about to say restraining order and stopped herself. And there's only one reason why she would do that. More than having a phone call with the individual who was restrained and him asking her not to. But her doing it, her actually deciding to hide that information from her audience, exposes her agenda. Because in the Katie Joy versus Steve McCrae story, We all know that the biggest thing that could have happened was the law itself and the judge weighing in on this story and telling Steve or Katie who is right or who is wrong. You see what I'm saying? That's the biggest part of the story. It takes an outside person who is considered honorable by our government, by, you know, the courts and the law, and they look at all the evidence that's there, and then they come out the other side and tell Katie, you don't get a restraining order. You're not in danger. He didn't do anything wrong. You're violating his free speech. See, the law cares about your rights and our rights. They mess up. The law does mess up sometimes, but in the end, all the judge was doing was looking at specific instances of him calling her on the phone, sending text messages, YouTube videos, saying things directly at her, or going into groups and telling people to go do things to her, and even sharing her address. Now, you recall he got part of his restraining order was over the fact that he was telling YouTube, Twitter, and everybody that sharing her address is okay because it's public. The judge themselves told him that is wrong. Her address is private. You can't do that. So the restraining order went through, showing that with this evidence, it's enough to convict somebody. It's enough to restrain them and strip their rights, right? Why would Sharrell want to talk about Katie Joy and Steve, but refuse to bring up the RO on the main channel, Sharrells World? Because if she did, it's telling the audience. She knows that her audience isn't dumb. She does treat them like they're dumb, but she knows that they're not. So she knows if she tells them about the restraining order, she immediately loses. Then all the tweets that her their audience saw, all the comments, all those comments in live chats warning Sharrell are validated. And Sharrell was telling them all that, don't believe the real trolls that are the people warning me. Don't believe the real trolls, the people leaving these comments. That restraining order shifted that narrative, proved Sharrell wrong, and it proved Katie Joy right. Because the judge said there is hard evidence of a threat to Katie's person and entered it into law and then escalated it to the federal level with the Violence Against Women Act. And the troll group that stalks her is so stupid, is so uneducated, that they thought that Katie escalated it to the Violence Against Women Act. They thought Katie and civilians have a mystical, magical power to go around invoking the Violence Against Women Act. And they started to talk about how scummy it was for Katie to do that. It's really bad. Though, what I want to say, though, to Sharrell, and what I want to say to Perry, you can insult me all you want. And I'm not even saying that ironically. I want you to insult me as much as you want, because it shows the internet and the audience and the people out there who is who. They can click on my videos on UNIRocktv and just see them packed full of evidence, packed full of hard work, packed full of understanding this story, taking the time to actually track it, understand it, get to the truth of it, and represent that truth, no matter if it makes Katie look bad, or no matter if it makes Steve look bad, or no matter if it makes somebody else look bad. Because in the beginning of this story, when I had fabricated evidence from McCrae, I criticized Katie. And then when Katie proved to me that it was fabricated, I then criticized McCrae. So my channel itself proves that if Sharrell somehow stood up and had hard evidence to any of her claims or any of the points she makes, it would be on this show, and I would be on her side as long as it's true, as long as it's real, provable, as long as it's not a lie, right? That's our job up here. At least if we say it is. It's to give our take, our response, our commentary on events going on. I'm a commentary YouTuber. I'm a response commentary YouTuber and debunker. That's what I do. So, you know, my audience knows they can go back and watch what happened in November. I live streamed it all. I know Sharrell was putting me down because I live stream long live streams. At least I live stream those long live streams only when they're needed. And I needed to live stream those live streams in November, December, up to now. Now, I didn't do much in January, February, right? This story was dead by then. It got revamped through the Sharrells World issue. But the point is, my audience knows they don't have to trust me or Steve. They can go back and watch my channel and his channel. And luckily, even though he did a lot to hide things from his channel, mold things to where, you know, certain things you guys wouldn't notice or see, it's all on my channel. It's all there. Whether or not something is real or fake, you get to literally know the reasons. You get to have the things that are there that prove it one way or the other, and you get to see it so you can go look it up yourselves. You get the source to it. I tweet out everything else that goes to a story, so that if you say to yourself, hey, I want to see that email that people know now is fake, I want to see it for myself and I want to check it myself, you can go to my Twitter, scroll back to where I shared that email. You can find it, you can download it, then you could go to the Wayback Machine and get the archived version so you know it's not been manipulated. You can compare it with the archived version to the web version. All these things are done as a service to you guys watching me cover a story, because then you don't have to listen to me. You can go pull the email down yourself. You can pull the screenshot yourself. You can run it through the same process I did to fact check it, or however I checked it, or however I verified it or debunked it. You can do that yourself, and you don't have to take anybody's word. And that's exactly what I've been doing through this entire time, Sharrell. You've convinced yourself that I'm evil and that Katie's some evil, nasty person. Well, if Katie is an evil, nasty person, then the people in the troll group are vile hell spawns. Like, I don't know what else to say. If Katie's an evil person, if she's a bad person, then the people on Twitter that do this to her and the people in the Facebook troll group are like the murderers compared to Katie. They are like the worst people compared to her being the worst person. In fact, I don't know how you judge her over her opinion on reality TV, over her opinion on trending stories, you know, and I don't know how you don't judge other YouTubers by the same standard, though that's what targeted harassment is. And I know that some people won't go and read a book or study up on what these things are. But for those of you that may not know, especially Sharrell and Perry, targeted harassment, no, wrong song. Targeted harassment is where you apply criticism and you apply techniques, harassment, or things unevenly between the people who you apply it to. If I've got 5 people doing the same thing in front of me, and I decide that this person who said the same thing that every other person said, or does the same thing that every other person does, deserves to be put down, exposed every time they talk, every little thing, they get held the highest standard to them, and they get deemed to be the worst person every time. That's literally the definition of targeted harassment. And it's crazy that you can go out onto Twitter and see that happening with this Sharrell story right now. And you can go to YouTube and now see it happening because she used her channel as a weapon. But, oh, hold on. She did use her channel as a weapon. That's where she made the positive claim that being fake, but still, she made the claim that Katie said the N-word. And she, though, went to Perry's brand new small little channel to sit and insult everybody and put everybody down, because she knows the majority of her 200,000 subscriber audience isn't going to see Perry's channel. Only the ones that care enough to click this story, which as of last night, there was only like 5,000 or 6,000 people that even clicked her video. So she knows she's protected by taking these measures. Anyway, let's do a quick scan. Let's see what else happened here. Racism is never okay. Katie Joy is sad. I agree with you that it's never okay, but I think whoever's lying is sad. Katie Joy, what's wrong with society today? Millions are protesting for racism. This woman is sick. She has no black brothers and sisters. Black people don't support your racism. Don't forget to check out Perry's channel. This tweet is very confusing, and I don't understand it. I don't think it's funny. I think it's a joke. I think she's trolling because it's the only thing that makes sense. But, hey, Katie's a racist, and, you know, check out Perry's channel. It's weird the way it's worded, but anyway, it happened. Katie Joy is the worst of the worst. She has absolutely no morals. Well, whoever's lying is the worst of the worst. Like, let's say Katie said it. Okay, fine. She has no morals. She's bad. But if you're lying about her saying it, then you're the worst of the worst. It's how it works, Sharrell. It doesn't just go one way. Everything Katie does is horrible, even if she does the same thing everybody else does. And the horrible things that I do make me a good person, even though Katie doesn't even do what I do. It's crazy thinking. I think you're just angry. Then she says, Katie has no black brothers and sisters. We don't like you. You are disgusting. Racism destroys. We will never stop protesting to stop this horrible problem. So she really went crazy trying to attach Katie to the things going on in our society right now. That seems so scummy. Like, honestly, doesn't that seem a little scummy? Why are you trying to bring up the protest and all that before you even know if she said it? Because you haven't even proved it. You didn't prove it. On Perry's channel, you didn't even prove it. It's just so weird. It's literally crazy. No wonder she had baby girl Lisa on her show. They both love using the N-word. We know you like putting people down because of their skin color. We still haven't heard any evidence that Katie did it, though. Well, let's see what people said here. Exactly. She was saying on Facebook that what was being said about Lisa was lies and that you were going to be sued by Lisa. Then a couple days later, Lisa admits to calling her husband the N-word. Yeah, well, you just said Lisa admitted it days later. That means Lisa was lying about it to Katie. You're literally admitting it. Lisa admits days later that she did it. So that means that she went to Katie and lied to her. Okay, well, that doesn't make Katie look bad. It makes it look like she was lied to. I spent months ignoring Katie. I will never make that mistake again. It's time to take out the trash. I've never even seen Katie insult Sharrell. Not one time. Sharrell, you have an awesome channel. You don't want to get down in the dirt with this drama. It's a vicious cycle. The creators involved have been doing the same thing for months and months. It's not worth it. I think you want Steve to go to prison so he'll finally leave you alone. I agree, Perennian. I actually completely agree with that. I think Steve, but you remember she said yesterday that Steve will not take no for an answer. He won't let her stop talking about this. She said it, not me. I think that Steve drove her freaking crazy. That's my opinion. That is music to my ears. And maybe when you're done with KJ, you might want to take a look at Jason or UNIRock, because he's talked a lot of trash about you and deserves what he's going to get. How is me fairly representing what Sharrell says and does and giving my opinion on it, talking trash about her? How are you hearing that Sharrell sat and insulted Katie and me with Perry for an hour with a bunch of boomer rants and insults? Not what you're saying. I think you're just trolling, my dude. The lies people will tell. It's about time somebody brought her down from the high horse. She talks crap about everybody. You say anything about her and she goes and gets a court order. You notice anything here? Every one of the random people that bop in are bringing up the fact that she restrained Steve, even though Sharrell would have done the same thing. Are you saying that Sharrell would let somebody sit and threaten her family and her kids and share her address? If that, God forbid that it actually happens to Sharrell, because you know she'll be telling everybody how bad the person is for doing it to her, you know? It's weird. She's only got those trolls from that Facebook group backing her up. Pretty crazy. Racism will not be tolerated anymore. We will not allow it. And Perry and Geo live now. So why couldn't you tweet the clip? Why is the clip not surfaced? Gabriel says it's a boomer move. Just attack using what's hot right now. Well, it's also a lie. It's her lying. Amy said that live was sickening. I hope somebody recorded it for evidence for you, Katie. It's disgusting. Cherie says, I've screen recording. Feel sick. All lies. Oh my God, Uni, you're a self-pleaser in the basement. Self-pleaser, yeah. I heard about Perry tweeting that, yeah. Well, he must have some issues, right, with that whole thing, because I don't know what he's saying. I have a girlfriend, so I don't live in a basement, so I pay my bills. I'm disabled from the military for going to war and getting injured in the line of duty. You know, it just seems like Perry doesn't know anything about me and just likes shouting insults, boomer insults, actually. Unicorn, you ain't fat. Flying monkey, don't make me laugh. I'm doing a serious show right now. August says, eat a sandwich. You're all bones. Yeah. What about these muscles right here, huh? Huh? I don't got any muscles on these bones? Okay. Thanks for joining, Marcy and Celia. Thanks for speaking up, exposing the lies. Keep up the great work, Uni. And thanks for joining, Nadia. And then I read Gabriel's last one. Marcy says, you've got a family. I do. I do have a family. They're awesome. Hey, Katie said again, I can't believe it. Almost 50-year-old woman is acting this way. I can. And I'll show you why. Last night, I showed this. Also, on top of everything else I said. Now, normally I'd love to stream for an hour or two on this, but if I do, Sharrell's going to make fun of me for streaming for more than an hour. So, just to make sure I don't hurt Sharrell's feelings again, and to make sure that, you know, Sharrell doesn't have a triggered boomer fit rampage psycho lie fest, I'm just going to show this last couple things and I'm going offline. Okay. So these are Sharrell's stats. What we've got is Sharrell got, we're only going to go back 10 days. So today's Sunday. We'll go back to Sunday. We'll go a week. So in the last 7 days, Sharrell got 150,000, then 200, then 200, 350. 350, 315, 320, 220, 220. And those were views. But in the last week, Sharrell got 1,000, 2,000, 2,000, 3,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, and 2,000. And Sharrell is about to hit, she's about 25,000 in the last 30 days. Now, if I look at Katie's stats, back to Sunday, she didn't gain anything, but she got a 75,000. Here's 1,000 subs, 150. Nothing, 70, 1,000, 60, nothing, 100, nothing, 100. Wait a minute. Well, that's messed up. Something's wrong here. Oh, I got him backwards. This is actually Sharrell's Social Blade statistics, and the one that was blowing up to all crazy high levels of views and subscribers was actually Katie's Social Blade. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that, y'all. I got him backwards. These are Katie's YouTube stats in the last week. Let's just do the part at the bottom here. Plus 25,000 in the last 30 days, 5 million views. And Sharrell got plus 13,000 in the last 30 days and 3.5 million views. I do think, seems sycophants deflecting the RO. Yeah. You have it wrong, says without a crystal ball. I know, I did that on purpose. It was a joke. I made that joke last night and it triggered Sharrell today. It really made her mad that I did that. I did that joke where it's a joke. I pull up Katie's stats and pretend like they're Sharrell's, and then I pull up Sharrell's and pretend they're Katie's. And then I'm like, oopsie, I got it wrong. Oh, damn. I thought Sharrell was doing better than Katie. It's a very complex joke. A very complex joke of mine that I wrote last night. No, look, seriously, I don't know why this has to be this way, because I'm actually going to say something different today than I did last night. Because look, Katie's getting 5 million. Sharrell got 3.6. Sharrell is doing really good. There's no reason for this to happen, Sharrell. Last night during my stream, I told everybody as time went on that most of this drama is created because there is a group of trolls out there that lie and frame anything they can to try to make Katie look bad. And if for some reason Sharrell would ever anger that group of trolls, they're going to do the same thing to Sharrell. They'll start stalking Sharrell in the same way they've done Katie. And what the sucky thing is, Sharrell will never be able to cry that if they do target Sharrell, if that group of trolls does, she'll never be able to cry that it's wrong or that it's bad because she supported it happening to Katie. It doesn't have to be this way. Ask for evidence, Sharrell. But, when someone came to you saying that Katie said this, you should have asked for evidence. But you didn't on purpose. So my last little segment, I'm going to expose you for doing all of this on purpose for some sick type of revenge. Thank you, Yuhan, for the Red Bull contribution, my friend. It was all revenge. It's all because she's mad over the restraining order. The restraining order, it triggered this. She admitted it last night, and that also got exposed. She admitted and didn't. I don't think she meant to admit last. Thank you, Leroy. I don't think she meant to admit last night that Steve put her up to what she did in that stream yesterday. But if you just go through what happened and step by step, you realize that Sharrell was told that Katie didn't say this and proven that Katie didn't say this through her entire tirade. It was all purposeful. She accused Katie on purpose. She knew Katie didn't say it. She didn't care, and she kept saying it, and she's leaving it up on her Twitter. And still, as of just 1 hour ago, she is still okay with people thinking that Katie said this, trying to incite a social justice mob against Katie. She's even accused her of deleting the fact that it happened. But Sharrell, I know, Sharrell, you only had 300 people watching you stream. Well, it was 220. I know you only had 220 people, but Katie on Instagram, well, somebody tell me what it was. Was it 800 or 1,200? There was a lot of people watching Katie. Everybody watching Katie knows that whether she said that or not. Just because Instagram doesn't save your streams doesn't mean that she deleted it to avoid that. You did that on purpose. You tried to set this all up so it looked like Katie said it, then deleted it to hide it so that it would get pinned on her. And if you don't believe me, just go to her timeline. It starts off with, Perry needs to know that you have been successfully exposing people for years. Way to go, Uni. Oh, well, thank you, Christina. I usually don't, though, expose people, like Perry and Sharrell or Katie or any other, channel that does, like, drama or something or reality stuff. I usually just talk about conspiracy theorists and debunk them. So, yeah, you could call it exposing conspiracy theorists, I guess. But, this is a little bit of new territory for me. Now, even those conspiracy theorists, when we debunked some really, really big conspiracies that were trending really big, they weren't as nasty as this crowd that hides behind the scenes in this reality area. This reality area is either just as vicious as the hardcore right-wing conspiracy people, or more than. It's either equal to or more than when it comes to how vicious they are. They will dox people. They will attack children. The troll group, I showed that last night too, that the Katie Joy Licking the Crystal Balls troll group was started to post pictures of Katie's son again yesterday and started to talk bad about Katie's son. And I hope to God that Katie is, and as she's told me she was, going to take anyone that did that from the internet and turn it into her lawyer to get to the authorities. Now that a judge, here's another thing, it's just crazy. A judge is taking this case seriously. And you know that that judge has power to get people on this case. You already know this has been turned in. As soon as the kid got added, this was all turned into the FBI. If once the FBI keeps seeing this group go at the kid, they're just going to end up stepping in more and more and more. And I know the group is saying, but they haven't kicked our doors down yet. The FBI takes a very long period of time allowing you guys to do as many cyber crimes as you can, so when they come in and grab you, you'll actually be put away for a while. That's how the FBI works on these types of cases. They don't try to stop you right away unless you're like going to someone's house. So if you want to keep doing that in that troll group, you can. But if you think the FBI can't get your IP and isn't going to stop people, maybe not from messing with the YouTuber, a public figure, they'll definitely stop you from violating the privacy and security of a child in the United States. That will happen inside that group. And yeah, maybe you've got a VPN. Let's hope your VPN's up to date. Let's hope you guys have actually taken the, you got the Tor browser and you're completely anonymous on the internet before you go into that Facebook group. But seeing as who the people are that are in there, I don't think you guys even know how to use the Tor browser or make yourself anonymous before you log into the troll group. So I think you guys might actually, it might be an update to the story about how some people got arrested for this, because you're going after an innocent child who has rights, who people shouldn't be committing crimes against. That's what you're doing in that group. And I know that Sharrell doesn't give a shit about any of that, won't even look at the evidence of it, but fine. Okay, back to what I was saying so we can get out of here. So basically, last night she says this: oh boy, Katie Joy and UNIRock really mess up now. I warned them that if you mess with one of my team, you mess with all of us. Perry, Gio, Dee, take it from here, boys. Expose her for the liar that she is. Perry will be going live for a special hour dedicated to Katie. All Perry did was insult Katie. He played a random YouTuber saying messed up stuff and then acted like it was Katie saying it. Great job, Perry. You really got her. Though, okay. So then she talks about how Katie said the N-word. Racism is never okay. Then Katie Joy is sad. Katie is what is wrong with society. Millions are protesting for racism. The woman is sick. Now, after this first one happened right here at the end of the stream, she got a boatload of people letting her know that it didn't happen. It's people's look, there's 41 replies here. There's 8 here, 4 here, 2 here, 7 here. She knows that it didn't happen. So if Sharrell wants to make this statement, she would say, I will now share the clip that proves it, knowing that the troll groups record Katie. Right? Sharrell knows this. She's a member of one of them. Racism is never okay. Katie Joy is the worst of the worst. She has no morals. And I will not be deleting my posting. Her racism will not be tolerated. So are you going to prove that she said it, or are you just going to lie to everybody for the whole day? You're okay. So you don't care if somebody stands up and says you've done something, Sharrell. You don't think there should be a standard. There should be them proving it, right? Katie has no, I'm not going to read all this. No wonder she had baby girl Lisa on her show. Deleting it is not going to save you this time. What does that even mean? She said this like 2 hours ago. Would have been 7:50. I mean, she didn't delete anything. Perry and Gio live now. UNIRock is spreading more hate. Thanks for the evidence. You're a fat loser that stays in your mom's basement, Uni. Oh, wow. She just loves lying. She just loves insulting people and lying. So, well, Sharrell, you're just a triggered boomer that got mad that you told the internet that Katie was harassing Steve McCrae, but then a judge determined that Steve was harassing Katie. And that you just found out about this a day or two ago, and you're still on a boomer rampage. Still on the boomer rampage. Okay, boomer. Yeah, you're kind of right. That is something a 5-year-old would say. Yep, yep. Anybody see the irony, though? Anyone see the irony of her sitting here claiming that... So you're claiming that Katie insulted you with slurs, but then you start throwing around insults and slurs. No, she didn't throw a slur at me. There was a video playing in their little live stream of a white woman, and she said that woman was white trash. So, just so you know, that's why people on the internet are saying that Sharrell was factually putting somebody down because of their skin color, and that Katie, there's a clip of Sharrell doing it that's recorded that is out there, but there is none of Katie doing this. Sharrell's just claiming it. So this is a really good example. Let's just let you guys, let's go to the chat and get out of here. Tag me if you want me to read what you say. I might read it anyway, and then we're heading out. You know, I could insult Sharrell. I just won't. I'll say okay boomer though. Yeah, guys, I'd leave them alone. Don't contact them. Don't tweet them. Don't get a hold of them. They're malicious at this point. They're straight malicious. I now think that everything she was lobbing at Katie... Now, this is my opinion. To sum this up, and then I'm going to scroll the chat. I'm just letting the chat kind of go. To sum this up, I think everything she's lobbed at Katie is just her projecting out. Because, honestly... she accused Katie in the beginning of creating fake stories. That's what the whole thing was supposed to be about. How does that lead? You doing a YouTube beef series. You purposely choose to cover a YouTube beef, knowing that people are going to tag you. People are going to leave comments. People are going to leave tweets. You know this is going to happen. Isn't it unprofessional then for you to start insulting the people involved in the YouTube beef once you get involved? Wouldn't a professional YouTuber that covers YouTube beef or covers anything really, isn't it unprofessional for them to take their content, because that is what you're doing. You're taking your content to a level that is okay with insults. It's okay with accusations. Another thing, didn't you guys oh my God, hold the front door. Whoopsie. I know, I just realized it. It's crazy town. No. Yeah. Yo, you know what I'm saying, Biz. You know what I'm saying. Sharrell, can I drop the most ultimate hypocrisy before I go play some video games and chill on my after show? Do you guys mind? Okay. Now, the entire thing against Katie is all related back to the fact that they say Katie made a false allegation against McCrae. We know she didn't. We know she gave her opinion about a conversation that they had. But that's that whole thing. Right now, Sharrell, unless you're going to provide evidence that Katie said this, Steve McCrae hates you. By Steve McCrae's logic, you're a false accusation spreader, and everything that he's ever thrown at Katie, by his own logic, in his opinion, applies to you, because you just made an accusation. Now, what does Steve continue to say about the accusation from Katie? The accusation from Katie that Katie should have everybody on the internet continue to ask her for evidence every day, even though Katie said that it wasn't recorded. He purposely did it when they weren't being recorded because he knew what he was doing, right? That's what she said. That's her opinion. That's how she felt. So wouldn't that mean, Sharrell, that you yourself are the ultimate enemy of Steve McCrae, just like Katie is? Doesn't that mean you did the same thing? You're lobbing accusations. Oh, so what Steven, you were saying then, it's okay when you lob accusations at Katie, but you don't have to. Katie has to have evidence when she says something. Katie's creating a false story if she does a YouTube video. But when you literally create a false story saying that she said the N-word and all this crazy stuff, calling her racist, that's okay. For some reason, I find it hypocritical. Okay, let's get this done. Sharrell's Twitter is beyond bizarre. How is this woman even moderately successful? Because she doesn't do it on YouTube. When she's on YouTube, she tries to be all bubbly and happy and cool. I'll get them all. I'll get them in just a little bit. I'll head on over there before we leave. And she goes to Perry's channel to lob the insults, to lob the accusations, to act childish, to try to make fun of people based on their looks, to use slurs and call people white trash and stuff like that. She does all that on Perry's channel. She won't do it on her own, right? As much as she'll put Katie down, she won't do it on her own channel. Without a crystal ball said 100 people were watching. Many told her in the comments they listened and I didn't say it. Fat Shaming Now said Chopper Lily, Streamlabs. Oh, that's Streamlabs. Nothing like high school level drama, says Big Sky. Exactly. That's something a 5-year-old would say, said Lori. If Uni is a fat loser, it isn't hate. It's the margarine he spreads. Goes better on toast than hate. You stay out of this, ding dong. I know you were taking a shot at Busy, Thomas. He knows too. Watch out. Busy's going to expose you now, Thomas. I got to get Sharrell a grammar check. Yeah. Oh dear, somebody posted. Oh no, we ain't going there. This is really good example of how good an investigator Sharrell is. She's not. I'm reading my comments, by the way, Sharrell. I'm not saying that about you, even though I agree with it. You know, listening to her and her gang tonight left a bad taste in my mouth, Dove Kitty. It was gross. Oh, my chat just skipped. Sorry, I'm not going to go up really high. Leroy, thank you. And Blessed One, she says she's going to the NAACP, but good, because they're going to ask for evidence. Maybe then she'll understand why she's getting a bad reaction from the internet over this. Other than the 3 sock accounts that I showed you out there, they believe her. So strange to me. People just blatantly lie about things that are very probably, like Katie calling her in the middle of the night. What the F is wrong with Sharrell? She seems very off. I'm telling you. I'll tell you what's wrong with Sharrell. This restraining order. I'm telling you, it's this restraining order. It just happened. It's the only thing. She's literally not done this whole time. She's been calm and collected and cool. She'd moved on. Once that restraining order came out, it's almost like Sharrell was, oh my God, everybody knows I was wrong about this story now. And for her to not bring it up on that 200,000 subscriber thing, to talk about everything that's happened on this story of late, but leave out the restraining order, it says a lot. But what says even more, when I go live and I react to what she did and give my opinion, that her not talking about the restraining order was very deceitful and purposeful, she gets triggered and starts insulting me and goes crazy. She probably just saw the clip today. She probably just had somebody bring her the clip of me busting her out for not talking about the restraining order. And, you know, she probably lost it, for God's sakes. I don't know. It's just, that's all I can say. It's the only place I can go. I'm sure they're busy with actual cases right now, said Lori. See, a lot of people, she could have done this to some people out there. She could have. The reason she can't do it to Katie is Katie has a troll group that has provably documented every stream she's done, and they brag about it. So you're telling me the troll group finally gets their golden ticket on Katie Joy Paulson? Finally gets their golden ticket on Katie, and none of them recorded it. And again, Sharrell, I would definitely have come here to criticize Katie if that happened. I would call her out more than I'm calling you out for purposely not mentioning the restraining order on your main channel still to this right now. Still to right now. And sending Perry over to his, small channel to do this. Like, so desperate to keep that information of that restraining order off of your main channel that you sent it over to, you mentioned it on Perry's little channel. I'm shocked at how unprofessional she's been throughout this whole thing. I get at the beginning, I couldn't really blame her that much, you know, because Steve does lie to people and he does produce fake evidence. He presents photoshopped like screenshots and stuff as if Katie did it. But this Sharrell's like taking it to, like, Steve didn't even do that to Katie. Steve accused Katie of several things, of the biggest things, filing a false strike using a fake email, and accused Katie of having DMs. He produced these really shady DMs where he claims that Katie was happy that a little boy passed away, is basically as far as I'll go describing them. So Sharrell took it to another level because Steve didn't even say that Katie's racist. He didn't even go there. I mean, it kind of, what does it say? I'll save it for the last comment I make. I'll save it for the last comment I make. All right, I'm down at the bottom of the chat. So the last comment I'll make, let me hit my e-cig and I'll make it. Sharrell Perry, you called me a bunch of names. You put me down. Thank you. Thank you for giving me even more ammunition to use as to show people why they shouldn't listen to you guys and believe what you say when it comes to these stories. And in reality, I could go into an entire breakdown about how it exposes the entirety of your YouTube channel and what you do on the internet. But I won't, because you talk about Teen Mom and 90 Day Fiancé, television shows, and drama. So I won't. I won't break that down. I won't go into it. I will allow you to keep creating emotionally driven false content because it's in the realm of reality TV and other things. But if you want to step into the realm where you're going to start accusing people of things, you should know that it is illegal if you attack somebody's business and lie about it so that you can try to affect your goal of taking them down or harming their business or harming their reputation if their business depends on that reputation. If you do a legal search, you could be sued for this. And maybe you do need to go watch the Creator Insider videos for YouTube. And maybe you need to look into what criticism is and how you successfully or fairly criticize, how you fairly report something, right? How you give an opinion and how you source what you say, especially when you're making a claim. You see, I haven't made claims about you. I have shown what you've done. I've sourced the images and the videos. I sourced them professionally. And then I criticized you with my opinion, making sure to differentiate, making sure that people knew. And I have recorded it all and put it on the internet, and it's there for anyone to see. So I invite any of Sharrell's viewers, I invite any people that support Sharrell or anyone else that wants to talk shit to go to my content and watch it before you come at me. Because I do think a little bit of what's going on right now has to do with me doing a Periscope. Right before this all started, me doing a Periscope and telling everybody that I was about to work on a video exposing Perry and Sharrell over the restraining order and withholding it from their audience. I think a lot of this has to do with that. I think my opinion last night and then that Periscope I did led to them putting on a really big drama bomb, you know, fake ass drama spectacular. So, you know, to end it out, I won't insult you back. I will say you should maybe talk to somebody with a little life experience, they're going to tell you that people that hurl insults, what they say reflects on them, not the people that they insult. But I'm not even going to go all that far. I literally can sum it up in 2 words and get the hell out of here and have a good night playing video games and enjoying spending time and chilling with my community. 2 words, Perry. 2 words, Sharrell. Okay, boomer. After show on the Rock-A-Lot on YouTube.